welcome back to the channel. Hey, listen, it is October, and up in the northern latitude, the weather is really cooling off. Here in upper to central Alabama, we're seeing low 60s, upper 50s, and there are some things that you could use to target your more pressured water. One of those is the jerkbait. Right now, the jerkbait and the popper are one of those things that you kind of want to consider as they start to chase schooling bait fish that are hitting flats, and they're becoming more active in the creeks as a population. So I want to encourage some of you guys that are heading out to, anywhere around northern or central Alabama to go ahead and start picking up your popper, because what's going to happen, or your jerkbait. And I went out to a local reservoir called West Jefferson Reservoir, and it's a highly pressured little reservoir. There's really not enough room for any outboard motors. It really should be electric only. That's my opinion. There's a lot of other lakes that should be electric only, but I can't say too much. I don't write the rules and regulations. But what I'm getting at is the reason why we're going to consider jerkbaits and poppers at this time of the year is because that grass and that hydrilla, the milfoil, it's slowly starting to recede right now, and that angel grass or that angel hair is starting to kind of degrade, and all of the foliage and greenery is starting to kind of subside and go and dwindle down. And this opens up pockets in the lake that you could use to use surface or subsurface lures. So the thing about this is that right now, because the fish are going to be moving out of the grass, okay, most of your big lakes that are still retaining the warm water in the southern latitudes, you're not going to really be able to use a lot of jerkbaits and stuff because they're really at their peak. But as the rest of the month starts to transpire, you'll be able to get out there as the water opens up. When the fish have nowhere to go because the grass has receded to a capacity in which it doesn't hold any phytoplankton for the bluegill, no phytoplankton or microbiota for the crustaceans to feed on, they no longer have a reason to be in that area. So they usually go to hard cover. And they'll usually go to laydowns in trees, and that's usually where they'll winter, if not on the flats. So what I like to do is I like to take either your jerkbait or your popper, okay, and really target your laydowns, all right, and your timber. And you want to take your time because the fish are going to congregate around those areas. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to throw things like spinnerbaits or crankbaits. You want to take your time and really milk the area to get the most out of the area. Because what you do is when you throw things like spinnerbaits or walking baits, you're really pulling fish from that particular structure. So what you want to do ideally is create a nuisance scenario where you're throwing either a popper or a jerkbait to create a nuisance or a reaction around the area where the fish are congregated, the juice, if you will, right? I don't slam a bunch of Oreos because I love Oreos. I usually take my time with a glass of milk and I twist it and I smell the aroma of the cream, right? And I take my time and I lavish in its sweet and visceral texture and its sweet smells. So the thing is you really want to milk your laydowns this time of year, and you want to take your time around there, and you don't want to throw a lot of things that are going to pull fish off of it. You want to really soak in the area, all right? So I went to West Jefferson, started throwing a jerkbait. Check out what happened. Hey, what's up, guys? We're out here on a little reservoir out in Birmingham, and we're going to see what we can do today. It's notoriously known for spotted bass and largemouth, but we're going to test out some of our
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I've ever caught a fish up here. Like, it's always been there's a good fish. There's a good fish. That's a good fish. That's a really good fish, guys. I don't know what it is. That's wow. That's a really big fish. That's probably wow. That's a really good one. Dude, he ate it sideways. Wow! Guys, did that just happen? Oh, dude, let's go, dude, on the freaking, on the jerk, baby. Dude, he hit it like a freight train. A freight train, man. That is a nice fish, dude. Dude, that is such a nice fish. Gosh, that was awesome. I mean, he hit it like it was Santee Cooper, man. He hit it like he was from Santee. He said, I got a bloodline out from Santee. I'm gonna show you. Kick back and watch me work. That's what he said. Kick back and watch me work. You're gonna respect me. He said, if you didn't respect me then, you're gonna respect me now, boy. How about that fish? How about that? How about that? Man, that's a nice fish. Boys and girls, that's a nice one. Yeah. There you go. Yes, sir. That's a good fish. He come up and clobbered it. Thank you. Since that's really deep, that exceeds the 3/8. I've got no choice but to throw the jerk to see if I can't pull them up from the bottom. Let's see here. There he is. So we're going to put the rod tip down, and we're just going to keep steady pressure on him. He's trying to dig, which is fine. So that you can see him, he's trying to get up. But we're going to keep that rod tip down, and we're going to slowly reel him in. Let that rod do all the work. Because it's small hooks, and if you're doing a fast reel, what happens is you could pull them. So you just want to let him do what he wants to do. Keep him down. Keep that rod tip in the water. Remember, what you want to do is you want to keep that rod in the water, but you also want to keep the rod tip down. So when he tries to come up, grab the end of the rod and try and work it back. Work it back down. When he tries to come up, he's trying to come up, work it down into the water. So grab the handle and put it down into the water. See, he's trying to come up, you're going to pull him back down. See? So you've got him. you've got him. He's doing exactly what you want him to do. Now once he's gassed, you just pull him in. Scoop. One scoop. And so he can never throw it off. Well, now I would say never. Never say never. Remember that. But we just executed a solid hook retrieve. Or executed a solid catch, I should say. But with a retrieve that is a little less hazardous and has a little less risk. Okay, so this hook retrieve has a little bit less risk of losing a fish. When you're fishing a fast reel, you gotta have that ability to get on. It's good fish. Solid. Okay, back on it again. See if we can't get us another one from that tree. There's always a fish on that tree, set up on that tree for some reason. Okay. There he is. So we're just slowly keeping pressure on him. Keeping pressure on him. And we're just working that fish. With the water, we're just working that fish. He's got it good. And we're keeping that rod tip all the way in the water. Slowly reeling that fish in. I got the rod tip all the way down. He can't do anything. Okay? It's a really good fish. But when he tries to come up, we're just gonna pull that fish away, nice and slow. He's gonna try to jump, but he can't because we're keeping him pegged. So now that he's slowed down a little bit, we're gonna grab this. We're gonna net him. Ding! Just that easy. That's how you do it. Now you notice that fish never come out the water. Now you contrast that to, it's basically rodeo. It's basically bull riding. Okay, we got 2 fish out of that tree. Both of them were the same size fish. But we're bull riding. Okay, you're bull riding. That's how this works. You got to be able to read the fish. And if he goes buck wild, then you got to know how to prepare to change your body posture and anticipate how to reel nice and slow and get that line in and do figure eights so he never even comes up out the water.